the position that you took a couple months ago in terms of options, where if people just bought the underlying ETF that follows the spot price of gold and silver, yeah, they would have been up. But talk about those two trades, because using your option strategies, like you say, you locked in very, very big gains on these. At least the silver trade, the gold trade, I believe is still open. You're doing fantastic on. But talk about those two trades, and maybe take us through a trade. Like, actually, how did you do the silver trade, just so people understand it? Because it's a lot easier. People hear options and they get nervous. It's very simple. You go on your E-Trade account and you could do it, and you tell them exactly what to do and what to buy. It's pretty easy. But why don't you take us through that silver trade, because the timing on that was really, really good.
So silver is slightly different from gold because it's industrial metal. It's precious metal, but it's industrial. And this dual quality of the metal is one of the reasons that it's been lagging gold for so many years. Looking at the Fed's liquidity, it seemed to me that it was finally silver's time. So we took a position in silver. I think we took a couple of positions, in fact, before it rallied. We did it, I think it was in May and June. And silver really took off at the end of June. Have you done just straightforward silver play on the metal, on the silver ETF, SIL? Oh, I'm sorry, SLV, not the silver mining, the silver ETF that represents physical metal. You would have been up 50%, depending on the entry point. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. We booked 200% plus gains on each trade. So we did it in 2 steps. Every time I explained why now, why do it slowly, and how. And then when the time came to take the gains, well, again, I explained why now is the time and how to execute. I'm looking at the closeouts right now. So one half, we closed at the 265%, and the other, we booked a 220% gain. Again, this is the power of leverage. The underlying security, the silver ETF, was up significantly less than the call that we're invested in.
Yeah, and I appreciate you finding it, because I know, for me, I just ask questions off the cuff. So I appreciate you going back in that trade, just comparing it, because I know you just did that all the time. And so, okay, if you did the ETF, no, I appreciate that. But you look at 200% plus gains compared to 50% gains, right? Using these option strategies, and you're still in that gold position. But just going through that process, and I love the fact that you really explain in detail in writing how to do this. It's been tremendous for investors. We always get positive comments on it, and I appreciate that, because sometimes it's a big component in what we do when you're talking to retail investors. I mean, these are people who are learning things for the first time. These are people who have jobs in every way, and they're very successful in their jobs. But this is what we do, where if you don't understand it, you're not going to make money off of it. So going through that extra process, I really appreciate your writing, which is fantastic. And I guess we'll end with this. Everyone always loves ideas, maybe on the income side, or do you have any ideas to share that maybe people could buy right now?
Considering that we're talking about precious metals, I like silver. Used to be a silver streamer, but now it's a precious metals streaming company, Wheaton Precious Metals, WPM. It's in the business of essentially buying the byproducts of other companies, of other mines that are not precious metals mines, and are selling it as its primary business. So it's a precious metal company, but it's not a miner. Not the highest yielder, and because of the price appreciation this year, it yields less than 1%. but it's a fantastic way of getting some yield, getting less risk than the miner, and benefiting from potential appreciation in the gold and silver.